Namaste, hello, it's lovely to connect with you today. My name is Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to share some guidance for Thursday the 18th of January and Friday the 19th of January. So I trust that you're feeling great and that things have been in good flow for you at this moment, and that you're feeling pretty good, and we'll see what happens. I've got one of my drums here, which I'll just test the sound of. Yeah, it's been inside in the air conditioner, so it's a bit high, but I'm sure in a couple of minutes that'll deepen up for us very quickly. Hi Cindy, hi Matthew, namaste. Hi Sanjoy and Deborah, lovely to see you. Extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. If you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is using my Speed of Light Oracle cards. I'm going to be pulling one card for Thursday, one card for Friday, and one card for the theme for Thursday and Friday. I am not doing personal requests for guidance here today. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust something shared will be helpful and supportive for you. So you will know if it's guidance that is meant for you because it will resonate with you. It will seem like I'm speaking directly to you, even though I have no idea what's happening in your life at this time. So it is no accident, those things that make sense. If they don't make sense, just let it go. It doesn't matter. So I trust you enjoy our time together today. Let's get started. I'm going to look now for the best card for Thursday, the 18th of January. If it's not Thursday for you yet, I don't think it will be far away, will it? I think might be Wednesday evening for some of you. But anyway, Thursday's not far away. It's towards the end of the day here on Thursday. I'm coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia. And the best card I trust for Thursday, that's the most helpful for the majority of us, will find its way to the top of the deck. So Thursday the 18th of January, I trust this is the best card here. And we've got card 10 called Action Taking. And the key words at the bottom here say move on, horizon, forward, and let go. Let go. It is safe for you to let go. Those words seem very loud and strong at this time. So what do you need to let go of on Thursday, and how can you let that go? As I mentioned in the last video, the energy is extremely supportive for letting go right now. It's almost like our past is just dissolving away. Our wounds, our hurt, the things that happened in the past we're just like almost instantly forgetting about them and being able to move on. I don't know if this is going to be a permanent space that we're in, but it's certainly the space that we're in now. I try my best not to assume or expect that things are going to stay the same forever. So I'm open to however this is going to flow into. But I do know that right now it's very supportive for letting go and really dissolving the old timelines. We're actually moving into new timelines for ourselves. And as I said in the last video, for me, the present moment seems very big and large right now. So very favourable for letting go and moving on. This card is about allowing the sun to set now on old parts of our life and old parts of ourselves where we may have been held back or been caught in a time lock or finding it really difficult to accept what happened in the past. And allowing the sun to set now on that old stuff so that we can move on now in our life, so that we can stop reliving over and over again this old story, or being locked into that thing that happened in the past, that specific date, that time, and what we were doing there and then, and what happened, and stop reliving these things over and over again. We have to get on with our life. And now is a very supportive time to do that, to look at these issues and be willing to let go. And sometimes that's as simple as it needs to be. If the energy is very supportive like it is, we can just be open and willing and allow the past to release from our life, and be really, truly and honest with ourselves that we are ready and that we really, really want that to happen. If a part of us is still holding on to the past because we get attention from it, or because we're in a negative mental habit of keeping that old story alive, then we're not going to be able to move on from it. So we have to be willing to free ourselves and really acknowledge to ourselves that we're ready to move on, and then let go, let the sun set on that old part of our life. The sun wants to rise on the new now. The new door wants to open, and it can't open if we've got an old door that we're propping open with our foot or keeping in play in our life. So we need to make room for the new that's calling, that's coming in quite strongly for a lot of us, by letting the old door go and letting the sun set on those old parts of our life. So this is a very favourable day on Thursday to take action with this and to really consider what you're holding on to and how you can let it go. This is a very great time to get out the drum and do some releasing with you. So that's what we're going to do. Do you notice my audio sounds different? I've got a lav mic somewhere down here. I've got a lav mic somewhere down here. The camera, and I've got a new camera stand Corey ordered for me a month ago or so, but it seems very high. I'm still working out the positioning of that, but the audio should sound a bit better. So I'm very excited to see what the drum sounds like too with this microphone. But I'm more excited to help and support you with your releasing today. So take some nice deep breaths. And if you feel like you're holding on to something that's not working for you, or if you feel that this old story that's still in play and you're finding it really difficult to let the old door close in your life, then let's work with the drum now. Let's get serious about it. We could put this off. We could put this off till tomorrow or the next day or next week or next month or maybe next year. We could really put it off if we're going to deny and resist this change. But I'm really going to hold this space and encourage you to start being proactive with this now. So let's be willing to let go and release. So you can work with your breathing, breathe out and let go. You can work with the sound of the drum and allow it to penetrate in parts of your body where you're storing this old stuff, because we do store it in our body. And our body may be showing, your body may be showing you where you're storing it. You may have a sore hip or a sore ankle or a sore back or a sore arm or a sore head. Is that where you're storing this old energy? It may be. So think about expand your connecting with this and letting go. So I'm going to drum and I'm not going to talk. Just take some deep breaths. There's nothing you can do wrong. So at the very least, just listen and be willing to let go. If you don't need to let go at this time, if you're feeling in a great space, then just listen to the drum and allow it to hold you and support you and connect in perhaps with your body. It's very high. I want to get some water onto this. I'd love to get some water onto it, but I don't have access. No, I'm certainly not going to spit all over it because this drum is on the website. I don't think anyone will be too pleased with me using my saliva to wet it. So we'll just work with it high pitched. So what happens, because these are very sensitive to the temperature and it's very hot and dry today. There's no humidity in the air at all. It's like 20% humidity. So we're going to play with this and see what happens. Take a nice deep breath. take some deep breaths now and breathe out and let go. Keep telling yourself, I'm ready to let go. I am willing to let go. It is my time now to let go. Thank you. So that's the chakra drum. It is on the website if it speaks to you. So that's that. How are you feeling? I trust that you're feeling good. It has a funky tone. I'm dancing in the kitchen to it as I make candles. So that's great, Kismet. Thank you. That's exciting. There's so much joy around if we're open to seeing it. The thing is too, though, if we're carrying a lot of baggage and if we're trying to prop old doors open with our feet and we're feeling consumed by negativity or drama or problems, or we're not in a very good space, it's very difficult to feel this joy and this love that is very much present right now. There is so much new energy around that's almost enticing us to let our crap go. So let's be ready to let it go. Let's be willing to let it go. Let's stop punishing ourselves and stop holding ourselves back because of what happened. Let's move on now. Let's stop holding the grudges. Let's stop regretting what happened. Let's let it go. So strong energy around that now. Anyway, let's now look for the best card for Friday, the 19th of January. That's Friday the 19th. Okay, let's see which is the best card. Oh, thanks for sharing, everyone. I will read all of your comments when I get back onto my computer very soon. So the best card for Friday the 19th of January is this here. It's the Tree Maiden. So we're still running with a letting go theme here. This is card 42 and the keywords say ending, surrender, growth and illumination. So we've got endings. This is a potent card. It talks about Friday potentially being quite intense and potent, and things might seem louder or bigger or more intense than what they really are. So we might need to be aware of keeping perspective on Friday so things don't blow out of proportion, especially if we are carrying a lot of excess. If we're carrying a lot of excess baggage right now, we may feel the intensity of what we're carrying. We may feel the load, the heaviness, and it may really affect our body. We might feel exhausted. We might feel pressured. So this is all part of the excess baggage that we're carrying, which we're really being called to strip away from ourselves over Thursday and Friday. The things are loud potentially on Friday to get our attention. It's funny that as our soul entices us forward, it's going to reveal to us what's blocking our way for forward movement. And if we're not getting the subtle hints, then the universe or our soul is going to present them a little bit louder, and then little bit louder, and then louder. And then if we're still not listening, it's going to come in louder and more intense. And that's part of this energy that's around with this card for Friday. An intensity, a potency. But it's not a bad thing, because it means that we haven't perhaps listened or got the real message before. So there is potential in Friday for us to see more clearly what the issue is, or see more clearly what we need to let go of that's expired within us or in our life. It's not just about letting go of things in our life. I've talked about this before, and I feel like I need to talk about it again. For me, I change things in my life as a last resort, because I recognize that everything that's happening in my outer world is an extension of my inner world. So if, for example, if I'm not feeling supported in my relationships or in my life, and I feel unsupported and no one cares about what I'm going through, and this is just a hypothetical, I certainly don't feel this right now, but just as an example, if I'm noticing people not supporting me in my life, if I was at a 9-to-5 job and my boss isn't supporting or noticing the effort that I'm making, or my partner isn't, and I'm noticing this lack of support around, then I often take a deep breath and turn it back in towards me. How am I not supporting myself right now? Am I there for me? Am I supporting myself? Am I encouraging myself? So what I'm craving in other people tends to be actually a reflection of what I need to do for me. So be careful of thinking that other people have the problem all the time, or that situation, that circumstance, that workplace has the problem, because often they are reflecting our own problems inside, our own issues or fear or insecurity that we have inside of us. 95% of the time, if we look at what's happening outside of us and turn it inward, like we're putting a mirror on it or a mirror on ourselves, and turn our gaze inside and look at how can I be that for me and actually change that, it actually shifts the dynamics of the situation or the relationship. It's quite incredible how it does that. It's incredible how, as I turn my focus and look at how I can be there for me more, how can I support myself further and make proactive steps to do that, suddenly everyone around me supports me. But the only thing that's changed is my attitude towards myself. So be wary of projecting your issues outward and thinking other people have the problem or these external things need to change. As I say, for me, which works for me, it may not work for you, but I'm sharing this as a suggestion. See if you can change or improve or let go of stuff within yourself first, because it will shift the dynamics in all these things that are external. So what about you do you need to let go of? What about what's being reflected to you in your outer world? One great exercise to do, I've found, is to get out your journal and make a list of everything that you have a problem with externally. So this person's not doing that. That person over there, I've noticed they're irritating me because they're not doing this or they are doing that. Make a list of all these external things that you see that playing out, and then read back through the list and look for the common thread. And look at what does that mean in regards to for you? What can you see within that yourself, like that support example? So on Friday and Thursday and Friday and Thursday, let's really look seriously about letting go of what's holding us back. And especially on Friday, the things that are loud and potent. There is a lot of growth potential for Friday. A lot of personal growth, which does suggest there is personal stuff within us that we need to let go of so that we can grow. So if we're feeling stagnant and stuck, let's look at what we need to improve about ourselves. What do we need to let go that's not working for us anymore, about our personality, about our belief system, about our attitude, about our whatever it might be. The difference is, though, compared to what it used to be, when we were growing up, our parents and parent figures used to tell us what we needed to change about ourselves. Now, as adults, we can work out the type of person we do or don't want to be. We can change ourselves. So, that's the guidance for Friday. Tree Maiden. Potency, letting go, growth. So I'm very keen to see what the theme card is for Thursday and Friday, and the theme card will help us bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for Thursday and Friday. We're already seeing a strong theme in letting go, so we will see what the card will be. It's very exciting. Well, it's exciting for me, but I'm obviously easily entertained, aren't I? So the best card for the theme is this unicorn. How interesting. This is like a whole different avenue, but we can, this is going to give us some really interesting perspective on Thursday and Friday. This is unicorn card 50. And the keywords say psychic, gifts, spiritual, intuition, and trust. Trust. Are you trusting in yourself? Are you trusting in the decisions that you're making or that you have made? Are you trusting in the steps that you're taking in your life? The unicorn has this alicorn, which I wrote on this card, so I'm not afraid to write on my things. You should see my books. I just scribble in them everywhere because that's how I remember stuff. So the unicorn's horn, someone nicely found out or told me that it's called the alicorn. So this brings highlight to the third eye chakra. The third eye chakra being up here on the forehead in between the eyes. And it's our center, our chakra for vision, intuition and trust. Trusting, if we don't trust in our intuition, it's just like air. And it's very difficult to work with it in our life because it's very fleeting and very air-like. As soon as we add trust to our intuition, as soon as we trust that and start putting weight to our intuition, then it starts becoming more practical and helpful in our everyday life. So throughout Thursday and Friday, in fact any time, any day, we're really being encouraged to trust in ourselves, trust in how we feel, trust in our intuition. Trust in the way that we're connecting with subtle energy. Trust in our sensitivity to subtle energy, not necessarily what we see before us in the physical dense sense, dense as in vibration. But let's also trust in the subtle energy that we're also picking up through our feelings, through sensing that we have under the surface or agendas behind words that people are saying. Let's trust in our gut instinct or our inner truth detector, and that knowing that we have whether something feels right or not, especially in regards to letting go, moving on, and I want to say improving ourselves. I started in this connection, it felt very external, the stuff that we were guided to let go of, old doors and new doors opening. As I've got on with this reading, I'm seeing more clearly that it's actually quite strongly about ourselves. And even if we do shut doors in our life, we know if we need to do that with our home, our workplace, our relationships, for example, we'll already probably know that there's change underway with that. But that sort of change affects us personally. Just like the change that we undergo within ourselves personally affects our outer life. So we are the common thread, we are the centerpiece, if you like, we are the earth. We are the center point, we are the common thread within change at this time. So let's be careful of avoiding looking at ourselves and casting blame externally. So the theme is to trust in our intuition, trust in what we feel, and make sure our inner truth detector is turned on and that we're sensing and picking up what feels right and what doesn't. Of course, if we're in survival mode, if we are struggling with pain, for example, physical pain in our body, if we're grieving, if we are moving home or going through big changes right now in the physical sense, then all we can really do is just get through our day and be gentle with ourselves. You know, sometimes just stopping and taking a nice deep breath and just getting through one step at a time is what we need to do to get through our day. So if that's taken care of, then we may find these other things get our attention. So I trust that makes sense to you and is supportive. Why am I looking up where my old camera used to be when the camera's down there? That's funny, isn't it? It's just habit. You know, my old phone had the camera up in that top left-hand corner, which probably looks like I'm looking at the right to you because it's all flipped. So that's where my eyes are taking me, even though the camera's clearly down here. So I just need to pay more attention. I'm telling myself. So I've used my Speed of Light Oracle cards today, and there's 55 cards in this deck. They've been completely created by me. That's a card we haven't seen for a while. So if you want to start working with them or learn more about them, please have a look on my website at templeofbalance.com.au. So I have my large owl and my other little owl with the 2 owls on top, and the talismans certainly haven't gone up today or yesterday. What day is it? See, I'm still in this timeline where I'm just so present in the now, I'm just forgetting, even though the day is right in front of me. So I hope and trust that I'll find time and be inspired to photograph and get those guys on the website tomorrow if you're waiting. I have got quite a priority of email readings and audio guidance supportive services at this time. So I've done a couple today. I wasn't very well earlier, so I was resting. I'm feeling really good now. So after dinner, I will most likely focus on a few more, and then some more tomorrow and over the weekend. So they're going to be priority. But I will do my best to get some ceramics on the website tomorrow, hopefully. So if you're waiting for your supportive service, it won't be far away, especially if it's due tomorrow. I'm working on getting those finished up today and in the morning. So thank you. My supportive services are open only until the 26th or the 27th of January. So just for another week or so before the retreat. So if you are drawn to my work and you feel you need that support, please have a look on my website. But I will always encourage you to be your best guide. Grab your deck of cards and do a reading for yourself. It's really quite easy. So have a go. Trust in your intuition. Anyway, I feel like I've been talking forever. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you'd like to connect more privately, just send us a message through our website. I will be back to share with you again real soon as I can and when I'm inspired to. So in the meantime, stay well, be happy, trust your intuition, and let go. So thanks for watching. Namaste. And namaste means that the divine, the creator within me, honours and acknowledges the divine, the creator within you, that we are equal and we are one. So thank you for being you. Namaste.